So here's the issue with that. If 60 to 70% of Americans, which is what the current rate is, live paycheck to paycheck, not debating how they got there, but that's just how it is for this country. If you're saying that the way to save money is to stop buying lattes, is to stop your Netflix subscription, is to stop going out to dinner, what happens when, let's say, 35% of the country follows your advice? What happens to Starbucks? Does their stock stay the same when they have a 35% drop in revenue? Same with Netflix, restaurants, the restaurant industry. Do they start laying people off? So we've just compounded a problem here. Maybe what we should be worrying about is making sure that wages keep up with inflation.
Taking blame for inflation? No.
Why not?
Because it was already there when I got here, man. Jobs were hemorrhaging. Inflation was rising. We weren't manufacturing a damn thing here. That's why I don't.
All right, Dad, tell the people what you just told me.
I just bought a 17-pound watermelon. It was $32.20. When I was a kid, they were 8 cents a pound. That would have been about $1.50.
So this is the price of a 17-pound watermelon in Hawaii. $33 for a watermelon! Are you for real? A watermelon? A watermelon, you guys! Look, this is not a lie. $33.
Wow, 32.
I don't care. It should be like free. It's a freaking watermelon.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of Gad with Geesh. I am your boy Geesh. And yeah, $32 or $33 for a watermelon. One, that price is crazy. Two, y'all are even crazier for buying a $32 watermelon. I like watermelon, but I'm not gonna spend $33 on no watermelon. So, yeah, inflation is getting crazy. It is out the wazoo, as the people say. But to go and spend $33 on a watermelon, absolutely not. I'm not going to do it. So, and then to not only spend your $33 on the watermelon, but make a video complaining about how crazy that is, which a lot of people do that, or, I wouldn't really have nothing to talk about. So I'm glad she did. But it's just a little crazy to me to spend $32 on a watermelon just to be shocked by the price. But yeah, or maybe she's shocked because her dad paid $33 for the watermelon, and so she's shocked. But either way, that is way overpriced.
Dad, I'm so sorry you have to live in this time, and I'm sorry for everybody else that has to live in this time. This is ridiculous.
That's it. I can no longer afford to live on this planet. I just went to Target and spent $20 on 4 items. What are those 4 items you say? Coffee creamer, wipes, clearance, napkins, and a washcloth. $20 for all that. $5 a piece it came out to. Anyways.
My Walmart curbside orders were all under $200 in 2021, so let's look at the items and see what they would cost today. Butter was $5.12, now it's $7.58. Fiesta blend cheese for 80 ounces was $5.34, the romaine $2.44. That cheese is $17.68 today. At that price, you'll hardly notice the romaine 60% more. We used to really like these. So tasty. I won't pay this much. I just don't buy these anymore. Flour has gone up in price, but not as bad as some of the other items. You can buy your own seasonings to save some money at home, but when the price of thyme doubles, you consider putting it in the garden yourself now this summer. My husband loves Hidden Valley Ranch. It went from $3.48 to $5.28. Want to make some s'mores? Graham crackers were only 87 cents in 2021. $1.98. You used to be able to pop in a freezer pizza for $5. I guess those days are gone.
If you're homeless, just buy a house.
So that little clip she added at the end that if you homeless, just buy a house, as if to say it's that easy for people. That was kind of funny. But no, yeah, like she said, mentioned in the video, she's one of those items that came up. She said she no longer buys it. That's exactly what I do. If I go to the grocery store and something has went up drastically in price, now I understand a little bit of inflation, but if it went up ridiculously, I don't even purchase it. I don't. And right now, I purchase the great value brands and all those the non name brands items when I go to the grocery store now, because all that stuff tastes the same to me. But yeah, if it that's one way to handle it. If it's increased too much in the price, just don't buy it.
Here are 5 people who have no business complaining about inflation. While the cost of living is rising at rates that we haven't seen in decades, there are certain people who clearly have enough money based on their spending habits and have no business complaining about the cost of living. Number 1, we have people who eat out more than 3 times per week. This includes fast food. It is far cheaper to prepare food at home. Even with the rising cost of groceries, it's still cheaper. If you're going out to get food all the time, you're just lazy. Number 2 is people.
He is absolutely right, because I used to be the person that eat out a few times a week, nearly every day at once upon a time, until I, took the time to go over my bank account, my bank statements, and I really calculated all that money I was spending eating out, and so I just stopped. So he right, I was lazy, so I catch it straight like that. But yeah, I used to eat out all the time, but now, and I used to get so big and bloated, but now that I really cook my own food and working out, I'm noticed like the benefits of it. But let's let him finish. So if you eat out more than 3 times a week, you shouldn't complain. So he got me with one strike.
Who smoke or vape. If you're spending money to inhale a gas that you don't need in order to live, you clearly have enough money to pay for the increasing cost of necessities. Don't give me this nonsense about how addictive it is. No one put a gun to your head and forced you to start.
Nah, he hit on y'all people that like to smoke y'all vapes. I know people that would beat you down about their vape. If they don't find their vape, they go crazy. Yeah, dumb vapes got y'all in a choke hold. I don't know what's going on about these vapes, but people take them vapes serious. Like they will really lift you up and toss you if you land on top of their vape. So okay, 5 people that don't need shouldn't complain. People that eat out 3 times a week, and if you got money for them vapes and stuff. So let's let them finish.
Income is a product of the decisions that you made. Accountability is everything. There are tons of quit programs offered by state governments. If you're unwilling to try this for the sake of saving money, then you choose to do it and you choose to waste money. Don't blame other people for this problem that you're creating yourself. Number 4, we have people who use credit cards to buy concert tickets and they still haven't paid it off. Looking at you, Swifties. If you opened up a new credit card in order to buy those tickets, or you put them on your credit card and you still haven't paid them off, means that you're wasting money on things that you don't need. And more importantly, you're pissing away a bunch of money on credit card interest. If you can afford all of this credit card interest, it means that you definitely have money in order to pay for the increased cost of living. You just choose to allocate it other places. Making this a choice. Make better choices before you blame other people. And last but not least, people who bought fireworks for New Year's Eve. You literally lit your money on fire. You clearly have enough money in order to pay for necessities. People who are truly broke can't light their money on fire. Accountability is everything when it comes to your finances. Taking ownership of the results that you're getting in life is something that we learn in elementary school. Don't ever forget that. The choice is yours. Choose wisely.
Let me tell you something. When I be complaining about food prices, and y'all motherfuckers be like, "Ain't you rich? Why you complaining about lettuce? Why you complaining about this?" That just goes to show me when you become successful, when you have money, you're gonna go broke soon because y'all not budgeting. I get a summary of the money that's being spent in my home every week. So when I'm starting to see that like groceries is like tripling up, it's like, hey, yo, what the fuck is going on? I want to see for myself what the fuck shit is being spent on. And like when I go to the fucking supermarket, like I went to the supermarket, I'm seeing that everything tripled up. That like lettuce was like $2 a couple of months ago, and now it's like fucking $7. Of course, I'm gonna say something.
Breaking news. The inflation report just came in, and
Now, for those of y'all who don't know who that was Cardi B. She's a rapper. And I do remember she came out with that video and she was talking about like inflation, and people were trying to say, "Oh, well, you rich, you shouldn't be complaining about inflation." And she just letting the people know that's how I stay rich, and that's how I know y'all are staying broke because y'all not budgeting. You should always know where your money is going and how much things cost. Doesn't matter how rich you are. So she was talking about how in that video, in the extended version of that video, how she would send her employees to go grocery shop for her, because she's too famous, she can't really go to the grocery store. But they would grocery shop for her, and she would notice every time she would do the budget and give them money to buy her groceries, the price kept increasing. So she was like, "What's going on?" So she went to the grocery store herself, and she was like, "Oh, okay, all this stuff really is increasing." So that's basically what she was talking about in that video. But she got a lot of, not smoke, but a lot of people were just, not understanding of her complaining about the inflation of groceries when she's a multimillionaire. So that's why she got on there and made that video like that. But yeah, that was Cardi B, y'all.
You're going to want to listen to this. The market was expecting 3.6% for the CPI, and it came in at 3.7%, coming in higher than expected. This is the second month in a row that inflation has been ticking back up. This is already increasing the odds of an interest rate hike in November, with investors now expecting a 55% chance of another 25 basis point rate hike.
So I live in Edmonton, Alberta, and I've lived here my entire life, okay? So that's almost 40 years. And in 40 years, I have never seen this before. It is so bad in our city that this is how fucking people are living. Like, it is so disgusting. It's so sad. Like, aren't we supposed to be the richest province in Canada? I don't understand how the fuck this looks like this. Like, I'm sorry, but this is fucking heart-wrenching. And I have never seen this in the history. Like, I've seen a couple of these, one or two, but not to this degree. And these, they're popping up everywhere. And this is just, yeah, look for yourself. There is a tent city that is downtown. And this is a part of a parking lot. And I'm telling you, I've just never seen it this bad before. And these aren't, junkies and people that are sitting there trying to, do stupid shit. Like, I've talked to a couple of the people that were there because I didn't want them to get mad at me filming. And these are not people that belong in there. They really don't.
I really don't like to see homelessness, and it's very unfortunate. And I'm glad she pointed out that the people that's in this little tent city, in this parking lot here, they are not people that, I guess, for lack of better words, chose to be homeless or want to be homeless. Like, those are people that, they got jobs and they got everything, they just can't afford housing. But like she said, and she's up in Canada, so that just lets you know this isn't just a United States thing. It's not only going on in America. This is all over the world. People are losing their homes. They can't afford it. And it's just an unfortunate situation.
I just don't understand how the fuck it's gotten this bad. How are we allowing this? Like, good job, sheeps. I'm happy that Trudeau is what you love so much. You guys must be so proud. Maybe your vaccines can give them a new house. Just saying.
Anybody else think it's like fucking asinine to see all these buildings and all these apartment complexes being built? It's like, okay, first of all, nobody can afford to move into those places, and there's a lot of apartment buildings that are vacant, that are brand new, that are vacant. And this one is like, I see them all over the city I live in, and it's just like, that's just going to be another one that's vacant. And then at the bottom of them, they have commercial spots where you can rent and open up your business, but people can't afford that rent to run a business. So it's like, it's just a giant fucking building taking up space that priced people out of the homes that were there before, just to erect a giant building that's completely vacant just to take up space. It's like, you guys are just building shit for no reason. And it's fucking up the traffic in the city. And when I drive by and I see that it's just another commercial building, it's just another building that has a bunch of vacant homes in it, like, it's pointless.
Okay, it happened. I had to come to the grocery store. I was actually coming for bread because my kids were not interested in eating the giant, thick, heavy loaf of bread I tried to make, which I do not blame them. But then Jessica brought me bread, like in part of those bags that I posted earlier. So I don't have to get bread, which is amazing, but I do have to get a couple other things. So I have like 2 really good coupons expiring. I have to use. Don't worry, I'm still gonna make all videos cooking out this fridge and pantry. We're gonna have to modify a little bit. It's still gonna be using what we have at the lowest.
Oh, it sounds like her volume is going in and out there. I don't know if she's in a bad place, but let me come back here on the screen. But yeah, everybody, inflation is infecting everybody, and if you can relate to anybody on any of the video clips that we just went through, go ahead and drop me some comments and let me know how you feeling about what they were saying, and I will holler at y'all in the next video.